I'm a huge fan of you in Mexico. I have two questions.
Do you understand that we are a huge fan of you? Do you get that? In other words, do you understand how...
Now I get it because I'm here.
How much... Oh, that grid filling in always helps, doesn't it? Yeah. But we want you to feel how much attention and appreciation and understanding that Source feels for you, not just now, but all nows. It's a good thing to acknowledge. And when you settle into it, you will expect more good things to manifest.
Yeah. Yes. First, my first question is about friendship. Just to make some ground to my question, you said before that when someone wants to have a relationship, a love relationship with someone that is not available, that sometimes it's better just to ask for the person's essence, and it will be a better process, easier process.
And in today's conversation, that's like doing the grid work, the general grid work. In other words, think about what you want and why you want it, not how it's going to come, who it's going to be, when it's going to get there, and so forth.
Yeah, but what happens if one of my big desires is to be friends with an actor that I admire a lot? But to say several names, it could be Robert Downey Jr., or I could be Samuel L. Jackson, or my favorite rock star, Esther Hicks, for example. But since I admire these people for very specific reasons, and I want to experience that friendship, a close friendship, but I know that maybe if I were one of them, I wouldn't want to spend time with someone that I don't know, and maybe, well, they are harassed by paparazzis and fans, and what is happening to me is that I have a special digit combination, a number that comes up frequently that associates that friendship event that I want to have. What I would like to know is that if those occurrences of numbers are a attraction of just the numbers, or that the experience is going to come to me.
Well, they are the current manifestational evidence of the grid. And as you maintain the frequency of the grid, then that manifestational evidence becomes more. In other words, what you're asking is this thing that's coming, these numbers lining up, are they telling of future events? And we say that's the problem that so many of you are having. Rather than needing this to be telling of future events, instead take satisfaction in the manifestation that it is in present tense. And as you maintain that appreciation, then more comes and more comes and more comes. Now let's talk about this specifically, because you've said several things that dovetail so perfectly with what we are wanting to explain about the grid. Mm-hmm. So as you have this very clear, very specific idea of this friendship that you want to have with someone, and as you offer it, at first it felt fresh and somewhat pure, but then you added complication to it as you acknowledge that sometimes famous people don't have time for you, or it's unlikely, or they're worried about paparazzi or about stalkers or about things like that. And so you accomplished a grid that you sort of countered with another grid. So the first thing that you want to do is no longer do that thing you do that makes you feel the discomfort that you feel when you do that. Now let's go back to your original question, because it's the answer to your own question. When we talk about focusing on the essence of something, what we mean by that is, so let's say you have someone picked out that you would like to spend time with, and you talk about why you would like to spend time with that person, what it would mean to you. And as you do, you generate within yourself, you activate and generate, keep going, a vibrational frequency that universal forces are going to fill in. And as you focus upon the specific of that person, then there's no reason why the specific of that person won't fill into your grid. Really, we want to say that emphatically, that if you focus without resistance on anything, the grid will fill in to the specifics that you have put into the vortex. But the thing that's tricky about that, the reason that it doesn't work that way for most people, is because they're not very pure with their thought. They think about what they want, and then they focus on the absence of it, and then they think about what they want, and then they focus upon the unlikelihood of it. So it is focusing upon what you want with no contradictory energy. It must bring you what you want. But what happens is, consider this. Let's say that you have access to just a little bit of information about someone, and you focus upon it and you activate some positive aspect of them in your vibration. And then you meet another person who you focus upon, and they have something unique to them that this other person you've never seen, and you focus upon the essence of that. So now you've got that vibration going too. And then you see someone else who has something that you like, and you focus upon that. Now, your logical mind would say, well, I don't want to bring all three of these people, and I don't want to take them apart and put them back together and make this composite person. But we want you to understand that the universe will do that for you. Because if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire the desire, and you've thrown a piece of it into your vortex and another piece of it into your vortex and another piece of it into your vortex, till you have this composite relationship or this composite life experience that is concrete, it is real, it is a vibrational reality, and it is waiting for the opportunity to fill in the grid with manifestational evidence. When you use any one of the aspects of any one of those people to use as the basis for your vibrational frequency in any moment in time, the grid begins to fill in. And as it fills in, you will be amazed at first. After a while, you'll get used to it, at the perfection of the detail that flows to you. When we say there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have, we're not kidding you, not even a little bit.
You mean it.
Because the power of your focus is everything. But you complicate it by saying, but there are other people who are the creator of their reality. And what if they don't want me to be in their reality? What if I want them to be in my reality? In other words, what if I want it but they don't want it? Then who wins? And we say, it's not a matter of any sort of competition. It's a matter of you achieving vibrational alignment with what you want, and the universe will deliver it to you somehow, some way. And when it comes, you will recognize the perfection of it as it comes. We, in the past, have qualified this kind of conversation by saying, if you focus upon the essence of what you want, and you don't get bogged down in the details, that as the details fill in, they will be more pleasing to you even than the details that you originally thought you were reaching for. But that is unsatisfying to most people, because they think that it is our runaround. They think it is our way of just appeasing you and saying you're not really going to get what you want, but you're going to get something that you like pretty good. So just go after something that you like pretty good and it will come. But that's not what we're saying either. We are saying to you that whatever it is that you focus upon must come to you unless you contradict it with your own contradictory focus. End of story.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I should be an actor, but with my accent, maybe I just nailed a Taco Bell commercial. So I don't think that will be the way. But it's okay. It's a good answer. I was kind of in the disposition to let it go, but I just wanted to know if the numbers that are showing up are evidence of my future.
Of course they are.
Well, then it's
But here's the thing that will make the difference. If the numbers that are showing up are evidence of something that hasn't happened, then you render the numbers useless to you.
Okay.
You following that?
Yeah, I do.
But if the numbers showing up are pleasing to you, then more evidence like those begin to flow into your experience.
Be patient on me.
There are so many things that we want to say all at once.
I can take it.
The example that we've offered before is you really don't want to eat all of the food that you're going to eat for all of your life today.
Yeah.
You really want it to just come in pleasing proportions so that you can enjoy it and savor it and benefit from it. And so this grid filling in is like that. You've put so many things into your vortex, and you really don't want them all to crowd into your experience today. You would be overwhelmed. You would not be able to enjoy it. It's a little bit like a child at Christmas that has so many things that they really don't enjoy anything, where if they just had one thing they were focused upon, they could have great fun with it. It's a bit like that. So as you accept that your vortex is filled to the brim and that it is in and of itself, by virtue of law of attraction, becoming more and more and more and more and more and more precisely what you want. And then you turn your attention from trying to make that happen and put all of your attention upon just achieving a vibration that allows it to come in the perfect order of things. We see so many people who they feel overwhelmed, and so they want more ease, and then they find more ease, and then they feel bored. And then they feel bored, so they reach for more things. And so they're out of alignment because they're too busy, or they're out of alignment because they're not busy enough, and then they're out of alignment because they're too busy, and then they're out of alignment because they're not busy enough, when what you really want is just the perfect flowing of opportunities and ideas and food and relationships and conversations into your experience. So if you accept that the vortex is a reality and that it's full of all kinds of things that will surprise and delight you, but you are not impatient about its coming, but instead knowledgeable that it must come and eager about the perfection in which it will come. So the general things that are coming out of your mouth are things like this: all things in good order, and everything is always working out for me, and I'm living a really good life, and I'm aware enough of how this all works to really savor it when it comes. And I love it when evidence of bigger dreams comes, but the evidence that comes is enough for now. I don't want it or need it to all come at once. It's satisfying as it comes. You will begin to recognize that it's a perfect plan. You said, I'll go forth, this major knowledge and infinite intelligence that is me. I'm going to take myself into a new environment with all that I know, and I'm going to focus so precisely in a new environment that I'm going to let the new environment be my reason to focus right here and now. Think about what that means. You are infinite intelligence, and you didn't come into this body and say, I'm going to think about everything at once. You didn't say, I'm going to heal the world, I'm going to change the world, I'm going to correct the world, I'm going to geographically reassemble the world. You didn't say any of that. You said, I'm going to come forth, and I'm going to be a small child in a small body, and I'm going to focus on the details of what's around me, and I'm going to have just the best time of my life. I'm going to bring my focus into something really specific, and I'm going to feel the fullness of all that I am as it's focused into this specific thing. You see what we're getting at?
Yeah.
Are you sort of kind of seeing what we're getting at? This moment that we are having together is an exhilarating moment for you. We know that it is. But
I'm about to blow up.
It's so much more than the words that we are exchanging. It is a vibrational state of being that is the grid filling in response to what you have going on. And there is so much more that is satisfying that will fill in. And what we wish for all of you, what we see for all of you, but what we wish for you to allow on a more regular basis is a more consistent filling in of the grid. Just a more consistent allowing of the pieces that you've established to flow into your experience, because you are eternal beings. We are all eternal beings. What is the rush? What is the rush to get it done? What possible difference could it make? What form of manifestation is pleasing you if you are pleased?
There's no rush, but, we measure our lives in terms of, well, I'm getting older, and where is this, and where is this, but I really...
Oh, you have no idea how old you are.
Oh,
you have
I don't want to know.
You have no way of measuring the time that you have expressed. The longevity of that which is you is so mistaken as you view yourself through this physical body. And if you could get into this timeless attitude where you accept the eternalness of all that you are, and you're just looking for the profound intelligence that is available to you in any moment in time, and you're allowing it to be delivered to your grid by law of attraction because you're in this place of ease and utter acknowledgement of well-being, then you'll really begin understanding understanding time and life and creation. It's all good.
Thank you very much.